Chris Beaver, Cleveland.com. Hey, J.B.
What's up, Chris?
It seemed like there was a different level of focus going into tonight's game. Did you sense that from the guys, and what do you think led to it?
Yeah, I mean, you hope that it's growth. We've shown what happens when we don't have the right approach. I think since that, Golden State game, you come back against Milwaukee, you have the right approach. And tonight, I think we did the job and had the right approach to start.
What did you see from Evan Mobley, especially early on in the game?
I think he was aggressive, and he was all over the floor. He was in the paint, he was taking shots, he was rebounding the ball, he was challenging shots. He was looking for his teammates. So that did a good job of just playing a complete floor game. But again, it's part of that purpose that we talk about. He went out with a purpose, and he was leading.
And then how about Darius?
The same. I think again, Darius is and has continued to grow. And this is a place where we've seen him grow the most, is understanding the moment, understanding each game and how it's different and what it takes from him, and how to be a tone setter. And I think tonight he was.
This was, for Dean Wade, this was the most that he's played since coming back. It's the most points he's scored since a long time ago. When he's healthy and he's right, how does that change what you guys can do offensively and how you function?
Obviously his ability to shoot the ball helps us space, but he also does a really good job of just moving the ball on quickly. The ball doesn't stick in his hands. He knows how to get it from side to side. And then defensively, he has the ability to guard multiple positions. He can switch 3 through most 5s. We've put him on some 1s at times so that we could switch. When you're switching with him, Evan and Jarrett, you just keep those guys in front of you. So he allows you to be extremely versatile in what you can do defensively as well.
Joe? After last game, we talked about shortening up the rotation. Pretty much went with 8 guys tonight. How much did that kind of help you stay afloat?
Again, it's, in trying to make sure everybody gets an opportunity, you got to figure out that balance between, what's fair for each individual guy. And the more you play guys, obviously, the less opportunities there are for others. So being able to give guys longer stretches, longer runs, gives people an opportunity to get comfortable. I think we were able to do that tonight.
And then after Tuesday night, how did you like the way you guys defended the three-point line? I think they only had 2 in the first half.
Yeah, I think we were better. And even, again, you go back and watch, New York hit some contested ones. So we just have to make sure we continue to contest, but understanding the time and score was better. In that New York game, there were times where at the end of the shot clock we had a little bit of a letdown and gave up some, threes. But I thought we had a better purpose tonight on that as well.
Thank you.
Chris. JB, going back to Dean really quick. Oh, no, you can go ahead.
That's okay. I was just going to say, after having that huge lead at halftime, were you impressed with the way your guys didn't let up coming out of the third quarter there?
Yeah, our thing has been, that hunt for consistency. We've had leads before, and, we get a little lax and loose with the ball and things like that. But, again, I thought they had the right approach for the majority of the game tonight.
Chris. JB, going back to Dean for a second, how much of his increased workload tonight was due to the fact that it's just part of his recovery process? And how much was it due to Kevin not being available? And when Kevin is available, how can you make sure that Dean stays that involved?
Dean, from the beginning of the year, has been a big part of what we were trying to do. Obviously the injuries just kind of knocked him out of it. So it's up to us to find the balance. The opportunities obviously were there because Kevin was out, so there was more minutes. But even when Kevin is back, we just have to do the job of making sure that he stays a part of it, and there's enough minutes to go around.
Now that it's official, what does it mean to have? What does it say about Donovan that he's an Eastern Conference All-Star starter?
I think it's the respect piece and just a compliment to the job that he's done. To be able to come into a completely new environment and, quite possibly have the best year so far of his career. It says a lot about him. Those trades can obviously be difficult at times and hard to settle. But to do it the way that he's done it and be so gracious about it, and not from one moment or from, has he tried to be anything different from the group. Like the only thing he's ever done is tried to be a part of the group. And again, I think, we need to praise guys like that more often. You have a superstar talent who wants to be a part of a team, and that's his main priority, is to help the team. And I think that's something that should be focused on a lot.
Thank you.